remember that 80s song? It was probably kind of like a one-hit wonder. I want a Mexican, whoa, radio. I want a Mexican, whoa, radio. Out of all the places across the planet where ICOs have come from, how come Mexico's not one of them? I think Steven needs to do a song to get their blood flowing over there. Get the crypto in their blood. I want a Mexican, whoa, ICO. Yeah. A couple, both from newsbtc.com. You know, it's positive news. It doesn't mean with absolute certainty, though, oh, Bitcoin's definitely exploding in the coming months. Oh, Bitcoin's definitely going to rocket up to past the all-time high. Doesn't mean that necessarily. But damn it, I like good news one way or the other, and they do make a good case. So how about we take a little look-see. Couple of articles. Bitcoin to explode by 80% before halving, according to past cycle comparison. And crucial indicator, Bitcoin's parabolic bull run to 50K plus will begin very shortly. Again, to just come out here and just absolute, you know, title, oh, it's going to happen. We've got to be real. We have pullbacks, we have ups, we do have explosions in price sometimes, which was great. Right now, market's up a little bit. You know, it was up nicely the other day. Had a nice sell-off. Little recovery. Sell off a little bit more. Starting to pump back up again now. Today's Friday night. Whatever. Bitcoin's up almost 1%. No big deal. About $9,700 roughly. Ethereum, 264. Ripple, 27.5 cents. Bitcoin Cash, 378.88. Oh, I guess Bitcoin Cash loves the mates too, don't it? What else? Litecoin, 74 bucks. Litecoin's doing decent. And then Theta, I gotta look at me some Theta. A little over 13 cents. Okay, that's all I want to tell you about right now. So let's get back to the articles. Bitcoin to explode before 80% before halving, according to past cycle. Again, past cycles are not indicative of future market performance. Disclaimer. Oh, and the coin I keep telling you about recently, Bidao or Bidao, however you pronounce that thing, with the maker coin as its competitor. I was told they're in talks with a blockchain company you all know. I may know a little more about this next week, and if it's a very positive thing that's happening, I'll get notified probably right away, maybe even before the news comes out. And I'll go ahead and do one more video. Hey, about that Bidao coin. I understand it's not on an exchange yet. There's still plenty of time for the ICO. It's going to carry on potentially for months, unless it sells out. But if not, it's going to go for months. Then it'll start getting listed on some exchanges. Which exchanges first, I don't know. Is there a good chance of Binance? Actually, yes, but I can't say with absolute certainty. But if you have the following things happening, oh, they made that agreement with Telor partnership. They're now going to do it with such and such chain, coin, you know, blockchain. That's just going to be fuel for the fire later, which means while the ICO is still going, you can still get them for a penny a piece. But I'm waiting to see if they have something good to say about this little chat they're about to have next week. If maybe a partnership can potentially stem from that, that'd be good news. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are having a strong year thus far. However, the rally is only expected to continue with the assets halving on the horizon this May. But how much could Bitcoin spike ahead of the monumental move or event? According to historical analysis of previous market cycles, in comparison to where the market may be right now, it suggests that the first ever cryptocurrency is ready to surge another 80% or more prior to the halving. So if we're in February, about to be March, April, May, that's 2 more months, they think this thing could go up 80%. Well, what would 80% be right now at $9,700? I'm glad you asked. I'll do the math. $9,700 times 0.8 would be another 7,760. Whoops. Plus 9,700. 17,460. That's that's a very good possibility. Woo Woo Friend's number is really close to that. Now, she wasn't saying, oh, it'll be before May, or just, you know, rally's going to take us there. You start getting to 16, 17, 18K. I mean, for goodness sakes, we were at 19.9 or whatever the ultimate high was, 20K. That's not far at all. And if we can pull that off by May of this year, or again, anytime this year, to be honest with you. Everybody that saw 2017s, all the noobs that rushed in because, oh, I knew a guy and they told me to follow this guy on YouTube and everything was great until the market crashed. Now I hate that guy and the guy he put me onto. If those people, and there's a lot of them, they never look back, oh, I shouldn't have done it. They start to see those same numbers that they saw when they first got in and the last time they got out, oh, I don't even want to look at it. They start seeing those numbers coming back. They're going to say, dang it, those sons of guns were right. My friend was right, and the guy that he turned me on to watch, like Jason before, he was right. I mean, yeah, they said they thought maybe a year or two, or here it is going on to the third. Well, it was the third year that it actually, 2017, 18, 19, 20. That's when it really started, whatever. Because they're going to look back, again, they're just going to do math. Okay, if I would have held on to that, oh, now look at the price. Wow, the stock market hasn't done that well in 3 years, and this hasn't done that well. Man, it would have been a great investment even to watch it tank. And if I did what they told me to do, when it was tanking down to the bottom, it was 4,000 and 3,500, 3,100, and they're saying cost average in, buy some now. And I'm seeing that like, oh, thank God I got out earlier, even though I took a beating. Man, if I would have cost averaged in, I only need to be a $11,000 Bitcoin to be in profit. Again, just an example. And here it is, $17,000 today. That's a real nice profit above 11,000. My goodness. All those people, and I say all of them, many of those people are going to look back. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, they told me this would happen. Yeah, they said big ups. Gosh, they were right again. Okay, I think I want to give this another shot. Hey, so-and-so, I hadn't heard from you in a while. Hey, yeah, I've been around. In other words, now I want to talk to you again because I'm ready to get back to the market. So what do you think about that crypto market? Same thing I told you 2 years ago. Yeah, did you get into the lows? No. Okay, well, where do you think the top's going to be? Well, now then the cycle is probably saying at least 40, 50,000, and then probably higher. Again, depending on what time frame, just hard to calculate that, but oh, you think so, huh? Yeah, just like I told you last time. And yeah, we had to wait. We got crushed. But look what happened. It bounced back. A lot of those people are going to say, I'm ready to play again. Okay? When silver happened, $50, oh, crash. Gold, 1900, crash, 1100. A lot of people went and ran away and never came back because the prices never got back to where they did. They got crushed and held down and held down and held down and held down, and then they went lower, and then they went even lower, and then sat there, $14, $13 silver, Now we're back at 18. Oh, whoop-de-doo, right? But the crypto market, these big explosive moves. And how many years have gone by since that price for silver? I'm only talking the end of 2018, early 2017, early as in January 2018. That's a couple years ago. Literally, a couple years ago. And it's already going back towards the all-time highs? Yeah, exactly. Anyways. The crypto market sentiment index has recently begun to teeter back toward fear from the extreme greed level reached last week as Bitcoin surged. Speaking of that, fear, greed. There's a thing online you can actually check. Although it's like a day behind. Yeah, it's in fear mode a little bit. Yesterday, same price, or same level. It was recently as high in greed, February 14th of, yeah, so then we had a nice little sell-off. So the index would technically tell me, well, we're in fear mode, so we could turn back around and go up, or we could go down more, because I've seen the fear mode go down quite far sometimes. That's when you know it's definitely time to get in. It's not that low, but it is in fear mode. So again, typically it's in fear. Get ready for it to go up. It's in greed mode. Go back down. It's probably gonna go back down or whatever. Very basic indicator, and it's free. The crypto market sentiment index has recently begun to teeter back towards fear from the extreme greed reached last week as Bitcoin surged above $10,000 for the first time in 2020. The important level failed to hold, causing the 5th largest one-hour drop in Bitcoin's history ever recorded. The crash took the price of the first ever cryptocurrency back to 9,300, where it has currently held at weekly support. The drop caused the market to panic, expecting a break of the recent parabola to drive prices down further, but retesting and holding former resistance as support is incredibly bullish. While comparing the previous Bitcoin's market cycles after the cryptocurrency held support at a similar level as current price action, the cryptocurrency exploded 83%. However, it ultimately failed to make a new all-time high when that happened. So here's a chart of this comparison. All right, this is what happened, and this is where we are now. Looks eerily similar, if I don't mind saying so myself, right? You can see why people tend to look at, you know, past historical charts and whatnot to try to determine what the future might be. So if we see a move like this, there's some serious potential to go up. That I can say for sure. You know, again, if the same thing happens again, Bitcoin will surge to over $17,000 before another short-lived downtrend cuts the gains down to size, which also is what Woo Woo Friend is calling for when her number she thinks is going to get hit happens. And I'm going to probably play that, at least in Bitcoin, and I do have some Bitcoin, but the whole market tends to follow itself anyways. One goes down, most of them always go down. So on to the other article. Same website, newsbtc.com. Crucial indicator, Bitcoin's parabolic bull run to 50K plus will begin very shortly. Since Bitcoin traders got a taste of parabolic rise action in early 2019, during which BTC surged from the low 3,000s to 14,000 in a few weeks' time, they have been craving more and more and more. The cryptocurrency's ability to surge by hundreds of percent and drop dozens of percent in a few months' time, gains absolutely astronomical when compared to that of stocks, precious metals, and other traditional asset classes, was something many fell in love with. Fortunately for these investors, a prominent analyst recently suggested that should this key indicator prove to be accurate yet again, Bitcoin is on the verge of starting yet another parabolic rally. While the jury is still out on whether exactly the next bull run will take, where exactly the next bull run will take Bitcoin, the consensus is a fresh all-time high of at least 50K, proven by a crazy accurate price model made by an institutional quantitative analyst and shilled by a bona fide German bank. 2020 going to be the base for Bitcoin's next parabolic run. According to prominent trader Bitcoin Ben, you got some competition, son. Bitcoin Ben meet Bitcoin Jack. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Former head analyst of trading group Bravado, Bitcoin is showing signs that 2020 will cement the foundation for the next parabolic run, he says. As to why this is the case, the analyst looked to Bitcoin's one-week Moku cloud, which should show what long-term trends are forming and what key price points there are to watch out for. The start of two previous macro bull trends in 2012 and 2016 both saw the indicator print what is known as a thin red cloud, which some would classically define as bearish, but turned out to be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. In fact, in 2012, Bitcoin immediately began to rally higher once the thin red cloud was reached, and Bitcoin rallied by nearly 100% in the 5 weeks after the thin red cloud was reached in 2016. History rhyming will see Bitcoin begin to explode much higher around July, which is when the price is forecasted to interact with the thin red cloud that Jack was alluding to in his tweet. This isn't the only sign Bitcoin is on the verge of yet another parabolic rally like many it has been on through the past. Per previous reports from NewsBTC, analyst Crypto Kia remarked that search interest for the term Buy Bitcoin recently hit a 7-month high, the highest since June 2019. And in June 2019, that's when we had the high of the entire year. Bitcoin was almost $14,000. Google Trends. Let's click on this thing. And we're going to use the word buy Bitcoin search term. So this is showing up here. June 16th. Again, that was very interesting how this happens every time. June, we had that big high last year. Now, it mentions here, so this was 9th. It did peak up a little bit, but it's back down the average or whatever. So I'm not sure what it's past 12 months. Why he's actually saying that, unless he's looking at something other than Google Trends to figure that out. Interest for the term buy Bitcoin recently hit a 7-month high. Not hit the matching high from last year, just hit a 7-month high. In other words, interest is coming back into Bitcoin. The highest since June of 2019. Okay, so that makes a little more sense, which is true. February 9th to 15th, which I'll go back to the chart, it is the highest it has been since back here in June. Correct. So 7-month, that's actually accurate. Okay. Moving on. More specifically, the metric has hit a 10 on a long-term basis, with the metric's maximum being 100. With the metric's maximum being 100. This may not seem relevant, but the analyst remarked that the last time search interest burst through the 10 level, a parabolic surge followed that took Bitcoin to its all-time high of 20,000 buckaroos. Where could Bitcoin end up? As aforementioned, a more conservative target for Bitcoin's next all-time high, enabled by a parabolic rally, has been deemed to be somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000 by many analysts. Plan B, 100 trillion USD, a pseudonymous quantitative analyst, revealed a revolutionary Bitcoin price model, proving such price points as entirely feasible, in other words, 50 to 100K, for Bitcoin to reach in the coming years. So, the model, dubbed the stock-to-flow model, equated Bitcoin's scarcity derived from the above-ground supply divided by the rolling issuance of the coin to the asset's market cap. It determined to a 95% R-squared that after the Bitcoin block reward reduction in May 2020, a coin will have a fair market value of anywhere between $55,000 to $100,000. Doesn't mean immediately though, or day one after the halving. No, just after that point. And I don't think, oh, it'll probably be years, man. I don't know about that. JanCap, a Twitter user interested in disruptive technologies, noted that per his transfer function model of Bitcoin's price will catch up to Plan B's lofty model a year after the halving. So he thinks middle of 2021. Some have been even more optimistic, saying that 50K Bitcoin may only be the start of an even greater move, though many of these predictions, if you can call them that, are just based on speculation that the upcoming market cycle will have a similar magnitude of growth of the last. For instance, Bitcoin rallying as far as it did from the top of the 2015 to 2016 cycle to the top of the last cycle, 2,000%, implies an all-time high of around $400,000. Mama, did you hear what I just said? I didn't mean to make you cry. Could you imagine $400,000 Bitcoin? Oh, come on, Joe. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm gonna pull a Obama when his teleprompter shut off. Oh, hold on. I hear you. Yeah, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Sorry, dumbass. No one's even talking. No one's even interrupting you. Who are you saying hold on to? Hold up. No one said anything. They're silent. Waiting for you to talk. Oh, you can't talk because your teleprompter's not on. So you have to pretend like something's happening. Gotcha. What an idiot. Anyways. $400,000. Oh, come on. 400. All right. Okay. Pull open the old calculator. Calculator! Mount up. And share the screen. I shall share the screen. $400. Even prior to that, by the way, excuse me, $250. Cliff high. I've got data coming in, guys. Really interesting about Bitcoin. We're going to be going to 400. And it's going to go to like, it's got data very specific, 408 to 428. It's going to do this like 3 times. And then after that, you'll never see that price ever again. Okay. It's 250 and I'm watching it. Excuse me. 408, 428, 408. Oh my God. It happened just like he said. I'm buying some Bitcoin right now. Boom. J-Snip went out, bought some Bitcoin immediately. Next price stop, 800 or something about this 888. He keeps talking about 888. This is 888. There it is. 900 back down 888. Below 850, 825. 888. Not 888. More emails, like I've said every time I mention this. I got more emails ever than I ever have. Oh my God, Joe, did you see that? Holy crap, man, that web up. I know. Don't tell me about it. I had to go buy some more. Now I'm telling myself, well, now I got to pay double. Not only that, I should have been buying when it was $250. But, you know, the web bot was never perfect. I wanted to wait and see what happened. At 400 something, let me pull the trigger. And then now it's 8 something, almost 900. Now it's going to cost me double. Well, that's okay, because he said the next stop's 1400, and then 1900, then 2500, and then we're going to pull back, and he nailed it. So at $250 times 100 will be $25,000. Now I know we got the 20,000, not 25,000. Okay. So let's do a little, you know, again, that it was 250. 250 times, how about 80? That's more like it. 20,000. So it did do that, which is a crazy move. And if it could do a crazy move like that, and this thing started out as pennies and then got to dollars, and if it was $1 to equal $250 in the example I showed you, that means it had to go up 250 times that value. I just did 80 times that value to be fair. Okay. So we're currently, well, roughly 10K, 9,700, 10K, $10,000. And the first example was times 250, from $1 to 250. The next example was 80. So how about, to be crazy, stupid, fair, I'll just do times 30. Right? 250 down to 80. Half of 80 is 40. Let me go down to 30. Times 30. Whoops. Times 30. There's $300,000. That's $300,000. This is just to show you it's possible. It's not for me to tell you I know with 100% certainty because no. And they're saying, well, 100,000 is coming. And I'm being real conservative. I'm just throwing out some conservative numbers here right now. Easily. So imagine you got a couple Bitcoin at $400 when I was out here begging you, get into this. Guys, I've been following that web bot for a long time. I know he's not always right, but check this out. Hey guys, he's been nailing the price. Hey guys, there's a coin called Ripple in the web bot data. It's not Bitcoin, it's another one. It's a penny right now. It's supposed to go up multiple times, according to Cliff's data. Thing went up to 20 cents, like that. 20 times your money. Boom. I didn't even get into that one, like an idiot. Even though I was telling you about it, I didn't get into it. Next one, Veritasium, I'm getting into that son of a gun. You could bet your sweet bottom. And I got into that one. And again, you know my story. Helped me buy a house, nice down payment. So there's that. Imagine if you bought 5 Bitcoin at $400. 5 times 4 is 20. $2,000. The price of 1 Bitcoin is nearly $10,000 right now. Imagine having 5 at $400 when I was out here. Cliff High's telling us, hey, this is what's going to happen. I jumped on some Bitcoin immediately when it hit that. When I saw that 408 to 428, that was it. I'm in. There's no way that son of a gun can do that. Call that. And then I watched that crap happen 3 times, like he said. Ain't no way. I'm all in. Boom. Give me some Bitcoin right now. And then 888, let me get some more. 1400, let me grab some more. 2000, oh, now it's getting painful. Because at $2,000, how many Bitcoin could I have had at 400? 4 times 5? I could have had 5. Now I'm paying this for 1. It was getting painful. But at least I had several Bitcoin. And again, we're at $10,000 Bitcoin right now as I'm talking to you. $9,700. So again, imagine you got 5 or 10 of these damn things. You listened back then and you held or got more, whatever. And this goes to $400,000 in the next 3 years, which just sounds stupid too. That's all? From 10,000 to 400,000 in 3 years? Wow, where do I sign up for that? 3 years from now, again, I'm just making this part up. Nobody really knows. 400,000 times 5 Bitcoin. $2 million in your pocket from something you could have got for $2,000 just a few years ago when I was telling you with Cliff High, thanks to Cliff High. And I was buying those reports like I always did and then promoting them for free because I love Cliff High, I love his reports, and I'd promote the hell out of them over the years. And he would let me do little summaries. So I'd grab, okay, what are the best looking, let me grab 3 coins out of this report. And then when we got to those, he's like, you know, Joe, I know I used to let you do the web bot, but for these ones going forward, I think you're not, I need you to kind of back off the whole summary thing. You know, Cliff, I don't blame you. Financial stuff, no problem, buddy. So I stopped doing them. But I would still talk a little bit about some of the things that were in there. I'd grab one little paragraph. Hey guys, I want to talk to you about one thing in Cliff High's report. I still would go out there, not do a summary, but something happened. I got to tell you about this coin because look what just happened. You know, it was in his report. Blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, the WebBot report, all of a sudden, just started getting inaccurate with those, and timing was off. Okay, he said, all right, I'm done with it. Shutting her down. So, God, boy, oh boy, do I wish that son of a gun was still running. And to even a decent, okay degree of accuracy. I don't mind taking a few losses for that one huge win. You know, let's do it. So, anyways, $400,000 is very possible for something that's currently nearly $10,000. That was $400, $800, $2,000, and it was painful at $2,000. God, I could have had 5 of these. If I would have bought more when it was $400, gosh, I should have sold my silver. I should, you know, having all these thoughts. I should have just sold the stupid silver. No, leave my silver alone. And it's still left alone. But imagine how many coins I could have bought with if I unloaded my silver. And then easily sold a little sliver of the Bitcoin, even now at today's price, to get all my silver back and then some. And still have a bunch of Bitcoin left over. That would have been fantastic. But I didn't do that either. But we've all learned some stuff over these last few years. And I've learned to be patient, put your emotions in check, no matter how painful that market move down is. Buckle up, have some money sit on the side. You should always have at least a little bit on the side for a day when it just pukes. Devastating. I'm going in to buy. The elite buy when there's blood on the streets. Damn it, when they're around the elite, do as the elite do. I'm buying when there's blood on the streets. So, hey, double fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. Take it easy.